welcome in, folks. Welcome in. What is it, day 32? What day is it since Nancy Guthrie's disappeared? We're going to see if there's any updates here. Stay with us.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You guys be safe.
Oh, there's in the back.
No, you can sit up here. You're good.
Are you sure? And you're good. You got a lot going on up here.
JLR's feed right there. We want to thank him for being there.
Seatbelt on.
Once again,
All right.
thank you for being there and letting people use
So I'm
his.
taking you up to CVS.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, what's up, Gypsy Rose?
CVS.
What's up, everyone? Welcome in.
All right. So what's your take of the situation?
I mean,
Today, or I'll turn this down.
I feel like there's just been a lot of new news put out there, and you kind of, it's like maybe it's not official, but that they're searching in a different area, a more specific remote location in a different county. So that's kind of had you thinking, like, did they ping the phone? Did that phone ping somewhere else? I will say this: you definitely get a lot of interesting people that come by here.
How's the audio, everyone?
I was mentioning this to Alex. I said it's just a weird vibe of people that come. Like that guy, like they just you're just like, wow.
How's the guy earlier?
That guy was like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it brings out people to the spot.
Yeah.
And as long as Nancy remains missing, I think it still continues to bring out people.
Yeah. And I think the important thing too is, like, I noticed some media that was packing up. They were like, hey, we're going to be out of here.
Media's gone.
And I was telling Alex, I said, the thing is like, once the cameras are gone, once, JLR leaves, if Mark leaves, there's no more pressure.
Well, Mark said he's going to be here for a month.
Yeah.
Who's Mark?
said he's going to be here for a couple of weeks. They said they're not going anywhere.
Yeah. So I think it's good to have, that pressure. And it also lets you know, like, the sheriff's department, they're watching. They were on that so quick.
Yeah, I think they're watching.
And they pulled right up. They knew.
I hope they are. They should. That's their job.
Questions, and we're like, oh.
So that mountain over there, that's that mountain. What's that called?
So those are the Sierra Mountains. That's
that's separate than
yes.
Mount Lemon. So how do you get over there?
The best way would be to take the I-10.
Yeah.
So you go on the freeway, I-10, and you're going to I-10 east, like you're going to El Paso.
Yeah.
What's that on everyone's mind?
And then the other
is that Swagora National Park East?
Out there?
Yeah. Towards it?
Not that I know of. Okay. Saguaro National Park.
There's a few updates we'll go over.
There's an east and a west.
Do they have an east and west?
Yeah, I think so.
I would
the east side and the west side.
But see that.
Oh my gosh, Jennifer's back. What's up, Jennifer? What do you think happened to Nancy?
Right?
Yeah. So
you got like Vail, Colosso Cave. On the other side of that, you got Sierra Vista, Benson, Wilcox. So those mountain ranges, I'm gonna be honest with you, you need like an army to get
through there.
Like me and you going out there and be like, what are we looking for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're just two people, so.
At least today's not as hot as yesterday.
If we had a better idea of where, the location that they were sending the chopper with the sniffer, then I would be able to say, I know this area.
She's dead at this point, Jennifer thinks. I hope not. I hope not.
Work there.
Yeah.
Going back to the cops, yeah. Have you been following this, Jennifer?
It's interesting.
You always have good takes.
I feel like something's coming. I really do. I feel like it's like we'll get an answer.
Right here?
Yeah, wherever.
All right.
Yeah.
See you, Searcher.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was nice to see you again.
Yeah. Are you be around this weekend?
I'll be around in a couple days, and then regroup my thoughts and ideas, and then I just got to grab my bag out of the back.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Thank you.
What's up, Anne? What do you think? What do you think's Anne? Where do you think Nancy is right now?
Thank you.
Got everything?
We'll see you later. Take care.
All right, take care. God bless. All right, we're on a mission. I'm going to the sheriff's office. So I want to talk to you guys and interact with you guys more because I've been kind of like just standing out there in the sun. They will inform me if there's anything popping off. Will something pop off at Nancy Guthrie's home now towards the end of the day? I'm not so sure. Let me put in the Pima County Sheriff's Office because we are sticking around because I think it's really close. And I think it's just a matter of, I think there's things imminent that this thing could happen.
Head toward East Skyline Drive.
Literally, I think it's imminent that things are going to happen here. Down on the sheriff's office, anything else pops, share in the chat, keep Nancy's name out there. This is a forum for Nancy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
Put Brian Benton up here.
This way. Starting to get into Tucson rush hour.
Uh-oh.
This way.
You're on the best route despite heavier than usual traffic. You should reach your destination by 4:33 p.m. You'll turn right onto North Campbell Avenue.
Right on North Campbell.
Turn right.
You don't know what's going on, Annie?
Annie,
Anne.
East Skyline Drive.
My mom's a huge fan of her channel.
Make a U-turn at East Skyline Drive.
Yeah, Abby. Yeah, thanks for that info.
For 11 miles.
All right, 11
My
miles.
mom's-
We're going into Tucson.
My mom,
out.
she's a huge fan of your channel. Thank you, Mom. Has
Roll
heart
out.
problems, and if she misses one day of
Tucson.
meds, it's not good with this case. It gave me a bad feeling. Yeah, but hopefully, I don't know, man. Hopefully, maybe Nancy's case is different, where she could sustain longer, or maybe they had the meds, but why would they keep her alive at this point? I don't know. I'm hoping. Those people got to realize they're ruining
All right,
the family's lives
working our
too.
way
'Cause
back
now
down. Reception will get good as we get down to the
they
bottom.
constantly the family has to constantly be thinking, is my mom around? Is she alive? For the rest of their lives. And that's awful, It's like an awful thing. Get what I'm saying?
So you go that way.
And then the other
Is that
mountain
Swagora National Park East?
out there,
Yeah, towards it.
not that I know of.
Okay.
Saguaro National Park is out there.
I thought there's an east and a west.
Do they have an east and a west?
Yeah, I think so.
I was
the east
yeah,
side
that
and
would
the
be
west
news to
side.
me. But see that whole mountain range, that all connects, right?
Yeah, so
You got like Vale, Colosso Cave. On the other side of that, you got Sierra Vista, Benson, Wilmot.
Trying to get all the news on the screen for you all.
So those mountain ranges, I'm gonna be honest with you, you need like an army to get
through
like,
there.
Like me and you going out there and be like, what are we looking for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're just two people. So
At least today's not as hot as yesterday.
if we had a better idea of where the location that they were sending the chopper with the sniffer, then I would be able to say I know this area. Most of the counties, most of the small towns I've searched in, I've been through. I've done some type of work there.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I feel like something's coming. I really do. I feel like it's like we'll get an answer.
Right here?
Yeah, wherever.
All right.
Yeah.
See you, Searcher.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was nice to see you again.
Yeah. Are you be around this weekend?
I'll be around in a couple days, and then regroup my thoughts and ideas, and then I just got to grab my bag out of the back.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Thank
go on.
you.
Bye.
What's up, everybody? What are you guys thinking of the case? Let me know in the comments.
Thank you.
Got everything?
We'll see you later. Take care.
All right, take care. God bless. All right, we're on a mission.
I'm looking for the updates.
Sheriff's office. So I want to talk to you guys and interact with you guys more because been kind of like standing out there in the sun.
Yeah.
They will inform me if there's anything popping off. Will something pop off at Nancy Guthrie's home now towards the end of the day? I'm not so sure. Let me put in the Pima County Sheriff's Office because we are sticking around because I think it's really close. And I think it's just a matter of,
You guys think it's
I
close?
think this thing's imminent, that this thing could happen.
Head toward East Skyline Drive.
Literally, I think it's imminent that things are gonna happen here. Down on the sheriff's office. Anything else pops, share in the chat. Keep Nancy's name out.
One thing
there.
I noticed is that
If you want
Arizona and
Nancy-
Colorado use the same names for locations. Same with us. I think everyone does.
I'm gonna go this way. We can go this way. Starting to get into Tucson rush hour. This way.
You're on the best route despite heavier than usual traffic. You should reach your destination by 4:33 p.m. You'll turn right onto North Campbell Avenue.
I think that's the case with everyone. Everybody uses the same names. It's like Freddy Krueger said, every city has an Elm Street.
Turn right onto North
Every
Campbell
city has
Avenue,
an Elm Street,
then
man.
make a U-turn at East Skyline Drive. Make a U-turn at East Skyline Drive.
It was weird for me to understand that for a while, too.
Continue for 11 miles.
All right, 11 miles. We're going into Tucson. Roll out. Roll out. Tucson. Thank you, sir.
Let's see this.
Hey guys, so I'm outside Nancy Guthrie's house. There's been some action today. First of all, there were some people that showed up that seemed like they were maybe doing some work on the house, locksmiths. They were by the front door of the house. They were then at the back of the house. There's also these private searchers that have shown up with metal detectors going up and down the street outside Nancy's house. They said they were maybe looking for jewelry or a bracelet. So kind of interesting. They're still out here right now. The sheriff gave NBC News an interview. We've been asking for an interview, but he hasn't responded. But he did give NBC News an interview, said that he does not think it's a cold case, that he thinks they'll solve it. A lot of stuff he said previously. He said they're looking at hundreds of thousands of cars, which is kind of interesting when he was asked specifically about that new video from 2.5 miles away that came out last week. He said we're looking at that plus hundreds of thousands of other cars, which is a really big number. And with the backpack, remember the backpack that they said was bought at Walmart? He's now saying that they're considering that it may, the suspect may have gotten it secondhand. So maybe he didn't actually buy it at Walmart, but bought it secondhand after someone else already bought it.
So they know who it is?
So that was kind of the update from his interview. I'll keep you guys posted with anything else that happened.
How would you know if it's secondhand unless you know who it is? That's weird. What do you guys think of that statement? They know it's secondhand? What the hell?
is that? Roll out. Roll out. We're almost at the bottom of the Catalina Bridge. All right, made it down. Made it down.
So the book bag may be secondhand. Like, isn't that, how would they know?
Tucson. Where's Nancy Guthrie? Tucson. Made it down.
What up? What up? What up? What do you think of the case so far, Phoenix? We're going through the article, see if there's anything new.
Lost me for a second. Lost me for a second.
Uh-oh. Did it loop? Has this become
Lost for a second.
your fabric? Your fiberglassed. Yep. It's weird.
Every time the camera faces the sun, it heats up.
The entire thing's weird, man. Well, yeah, there's so many questions, zero answers, a lot of hurry up and wait. Yep. Well, now the sheriff, man,
Roll out.
he's saying there's thousands of
We're in
cars they're
Lexington,
looking
Tucson
into.
traffic.
Why not just say millions? Folks, do me a favor, hit the like to get through the algorithm. Let's get 30 likes. Folks, do me a favor, hit the like. Sorry about that.
Roll out. Tucson traffic. Nah, it's not that bad. Let's be down here though. It's crazy. It says 25 minutes, but we're only going 7 miles. One of those things. It's traffic light and traffic light and traffic light.
So they're saying the book bag bot,
That's a traffic light.
the book bag bot is not
We pick up our trash all the time. Every time.
subject
we
E.
never leave trash behind. We clean. Hopefully everyone else has done that too.
What's up, Project Metal?
We have a code.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Looks like we're getting a awesome Popcorn Planet raid. Shout out to Andy Signor over there with It's Kim kicking some butt with their coverage. Thanks for supporting them. Thanks for supporting me. This is Nerd Report. We've been on this case. Nancy Guthrie still missing. I believe it is day 31. Could you all do me a favor right now in the chat and correct me? How many days has Nancy Guthrie been missing? In the chat, we got almost, we actually have, like, combined with all the outlets, we have almost 500 people watching. How many days has it been since Nancy Guthrie has been missing? And also let me know what country and city you're watching from, and hit the like, please, folks, so we get through that algorithm. It's 31 days. 31 days. Thank you so much for being the first to answer Fab Five. Make sure you are subscribed here on Nerd Report. What do you think has happened to her? What is going on? We have an update, sort of. And I got to say, I don't consider... I got to be honest with you. I don't consider talking to NBC an update. You know, what's up, Gunner Girl? Thanks. 29 months. Keep up the amazing work, friend. Gunner Girl, thank you for being a member. 29 months. Folks, if you want to support the channel, you can become a member. Support the channel financially. Be a member. Gift memberships. You can also send in a super chat, super sticker, whatever. Just main thing is subscribe. If you want to buy me a coffee, again, super chat is the best way to do it, or PayPal. Thank you so much. Buy me a coffee. It pisses off politicians, apparently, if you buy me a coffee. No, believe it or not. Once again, hit that one if you've been following this case. Hit that one if you're confused as hell. Hit that one if you're confused as hell. And hit that one if you're disappointed at the way they've been investigating. Hey, Lewis. Wow, been here a while. Yeah, 28 months. Amazing. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. Everyone's hitting that one. Everyone's confused. Hit that one if you want answers. Hit that one if you want answers. You know? Also, give your opinion here. Christian says, I want Nancy to be alive, but it's not realistic. I feel she passed 2 days in. Maybe. Maybe. But since this case is so weird, maybe we'll get a good weird news and she's still alive. Right? Right, folks? Look at what Brian Enton said today, though. You remember the book bag, right? Remember, I call it the book bag. What do you call it? The bag, right? Check this out. Developing today. All right, let's check it out. Make sure you can hear this.
Hey guys, so I'm outside Nancy Guthrie's house. There's been some action today. First of all, there were some people that showed up that seemed like they were maybe doing some work on the house, locksmiths. They were by the front door of the house. They were then at the back of the house. There's also these private searchers that have shown up with metal detectors going up and down the street outside Nancy's house. They said they were maybe looking for jewelry or a bracelet. So kind of interesting. They're still out here right now. The sheriff gave NBC News an interview. We've been asking for an interview, but he hasn't responded. But he did give NBC News an interview, said that he does not think it's a cold case, that he thinks they'll solve it. A lot of stuff he said previously. He said they're looking at hundreds of thousands of cars, which is
hundreds of thousands of cars they're looking at. He gave NBC an interview. My opinion, that's not an update. He needs to address the public, not private news networks.
It's kind of interesting when he was asked specifically about that new video from 2.5 miles away that came out last week. He said we're looking at that plus hundreds of thousands of other cars, which is a really big number.
Hundreds of thousands of other cars, bro. Like, are there hundreds of thousands of people in Tucson?
And with the backpack, remember the backpack that they said was bought at Walmart? He's now saying that they're
Yo, hundreds of thousands of cars. Did he just say that? Hundreds of thousands of cars they're looking into.
considering that the suspect may have gotten it secondhand. So maybe he didn't actually buy it at Walmart, but bought it secondhand after someone else already bought it at Walmart. So that was kind of the update from his interview.
So did he buy it on eBay? How would they know that?
I'll keep you guys posted with anything.
Oops. All right, let me play that again.
Nancy Guthrie's house. There's been some action today. First of all, there were some people that showed up that seemed like they were maybe doing some work on the house, locksmiths. They were by the front door of the house. They were then at the back of the house. There's also these private searchers that have shown up with metal detectors going up and down the street outside Nancy's house. They said they were maybe looking for jewelry or a bracelet. So kind of interesting. They're still out here right now. The sheriff gave NBC News an interview. We've been asking for an interview, but he hasn't responded. But he did give NBC News an interview, said that he does not think it's a cold case, that he thinks they'll solve it. A lot of stuff he said previously. He said they're looking at hundreds of thousands of cars, which is
hundreds of thousands of cars of interest. Folks, what's the deal? Why can't you all watching press the goddamn like button? What is the big deal? All right. I'm just going to stop talking till I reach 100 likes. I'm just going to stare at you. We're 50 away. What is the big deal? Yeah, there's like less than 50 likes here. What is going on? Does your phone smell like ass or something that you can't touch the like button? We need 100 likes. What is going on? 300 people watching, 50 likes. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Still waiting.
It's kind of interesting when he was asked specifically about that new video from 2.5 miles away that came out last week. He said we're looking at that plus hundreds of thousands of other cars, which is a really big number. And with the backpack, remember the backpack that they said was bought at Walmart? He's now saying that they're considering that the suspect may have gotten it secondhand. So maybe he didn't actually buy it at Walmart, but bought it secondhand after someone else already bought it at Walmart. So that was kind of the update from his interview. I'll keep you guys posted with anything else that happens.
So the guy may have gotten the bag secondhand. Now I think he's talking out of his ass. When he combines, what do you guys think? Back me up here. They're looking into hundreds of thousands of cars per a fake update to NBC, because you got to talk to the public, man. Hundreds of thousands of cars. Okay. And now he's saying no, people don't resell backpacks. Maybe they do. They kind of do, you know, if they're if maybe the person has access to new ones. All right. But why would maybe they do? I don't care. Need to know. But how do they know? How do they know? Right? Here it is. Pima County Sheriff did an interview with NBC and says, I think the investigators are definitely closer to finding Nancy Guthrie's suspect. But you know what's awesome too? Carino perfect 3818. Thanks for that super chat. Hi y'all. I'm Corey. What's up, Corey? Corey not perfect. All right, now I got it. Thank you. I rock. Thank you so much. You rock. Thanks for the support. That's right. Hearts for you. Are we up to 100 likes yet? Folks, why are we not up to 100 likes?
Today.
Well,
hey guys, so I'm outside Nancy Guthrie's
that's a weird update.
house. There's been some action today. First of
Thousands of cars. Did it say hundreds of thousands? Let me
all,
read that
there
again.
were some
Let me see
people
that
that
again.
showed up that seemed like they were maybe doing some work on the house, locksmiths. They were by the front door of the house. They were then at the back of the house. There's also these private searchers that have shown up with metal detectors going up and down the street outside Nancy's house. They said they were maybe looking for jewelry or a bracelet. So kind of interesting. They're still out here right now. The sheriff gave NBC News an interview. We've been asking for an interview, but he hasn't responded. But he did give NBC News an interview, said that he does not think it's a cold case, that he thinks they'll solve it. A lot of stuff he said previously. He said they're looking at hundreds of thousands of cars, which was kind of interesting when he was asked specifically about that new video from 2.5 miles away that came out last week. He said we're looking at that plus hundreds of thousands of other cars, which is a really big number. And with the
hundreds of thousands of other cars. Hundreds of thousands of other cars, man. I'm so discouraged with this shit. Hundreds of thousands. Do you think that's a real number? Yes or no? Is that a real number? They're looking into hundreds of thousands of other cars. This case has been so abnormal and odd since day one. My hopes for Nancy's safe return and for peace for her family. And she's not going to get peace. Donna, unfortunately, I'm with you. She's not going to get peace unless they know where she is, alive or not. That's just, you know. Don't get discouraged. You think they're just saying stuff so it looks like they're doing stuff? That's interesting. I think they're just saying stuff so it doesn't look like so it looks like they're doing stuff. Yeah. Maybe. Hundreds of thousands of vehicles, man.
Thing happened a month. We're still there, but I think we're right there. We're like right there, man. We're like if it was a football field, we're like on the 5-yard line.
Oh my gosh!
We're on the 5, getting close to the goalpost.
Thank you so much for supporting our channel, Bonnie. Thank you, Bonnie. Hearts for you supporting the channel. Thank you so much. It's difficult times here to maintain the channel and to bring the content to you all. And a lot of you are really, really helping just by being here, honestly, just by being here. And then a lot of you are also generous enough to put in for some memberships or super chats. And I really appreciate you all. Really helps pay the bills. I got to say, I love talking to you all. You love talking to me? Hit that one. Hearts for Bonnie. I got to say, I love talking to you all. I love bringing, and elevating your voice and bringing you something a little different, to the mix. We're going to agree, disagree sometimes. I got to be honest with you folks. I need your attention. Here. You got to look for Nerd Report in the search for updates and stuff. And we have nerdreport.com. this weekend, I try to bring you all something different. I went live from LA and I brought some cool sceneries. Unfortunately, YouTube did not notify anyone. So I was so disappointed in that. Because I think it would have been something you guys liked. I was downtown LA in the middle of the night. I was walking around. Some of you were there, but we were monitoring and they did not update people for it. So I think it would have been good content. They say if you bring good content, people will watch. Well, YouTube blocks my videos. That's why it's important you follow me at NerdLecca on X. Keep looking for Nerd Report on the internet. You'll find it when there's something new. Bonnie, thank you for that support. Also, Jackie, thank you for that gifted memberships. You guys are just awesome, Jackie. You guys are just awesome. Hearts for Jackie. Yeah, you were notified for one of the LA lives, but then when I went on again, they didn't notify anyone. Because remember, I promised you 2 videos, so don't think I didn't bring you the second video. I did a video during the day on Sunday. I did one at night on Saturday. You all said, "Oh, I love it." Okay, cool. So you guys may think you're getting notified. You're not. You're missing stuff. You'll say, "Oh, I get your notifications all the time." No, you're not really doing that. And everything. So, because when you look, there's videos out there that you don't get. You think you're getting notified, but no. Then I go, "What was the last video you saw?" And they go, "Well, look at this video from like 3 weeks ago. I got notified." Well, there's been like 20 videos. So I'm trying to bring you all something different. You got to hit the like to get notified. I don't know what the hell to do anymore. But at least hit the like. It tells YouTube you're interested in my content. We're up to only 90 likes. You're telling me with so many people in here, we can't reach 100 likes. Seriously.
Feels good.
And thank you for liking it. Those that did.
Probably go to the Waffle House later. Waffle House, get one of those. I don't know. I got this
happened earlier.
Fast.
And Tay-Tay. You know Tay-Tay. She's made some meals too. Barbecue chicken. And mashed potatoes.
Oh, wow. Check that out, folks. Donna.
And I think they're going to do that.
Donna, thank you for that, for the gifted membership. Thank you for that gifted membership. It really, really helps the channel. Whoever got the gift, hit the emojis. You got and check it out, members. Some of the videos are going to be in private. I mean, not private, but members only. So the lives I put up are eventually going to be put in, or some of them still are. Like they're going to be put in members only mode. So you can watch me live, all good, but on the replay, members only. Not all of them, some of them. And there's going to be exclusive videos there too. As a matter of fact, we have exclusive videos right now on the members only, for members only. So you all may want to consider becoming a member right now, because we have like a few videos there that only members could see. And we have a very, very low price for memberships. Like we have a few tiers, but we give mostly the lowest one. You get almost everything, folks. We're not trying to be greedy. We're just trying to survive. I appreciate you, Donna.
That was a tongue twister. I was going to say 1,200,000. That was a tongue twister. 2,000. I was going to say $500. 1,200,000. That was a tongue twister. We're down to $2,500. $1,200,000. Hot. It's hot out here. 432. It's got all these red lights, lots of red lights. But we are in downtown Tucson, so almost there.
Well, that's the thing. If you can't afford it, that's all good. But I know you did your part, Tisha. Hey, but I know you did your part. You subscribe to the channel and you hit the like. That helps the channel a lot. So thank you.
JLR, windscreen is imperative. I have a wind thing. I'll show it to you later. I just don't have it on me. I have it in my backpack at my spot. But I won't forget it. Next time, win. I'll show it to you specifically tomorrow. You guys remind me.
What's up, Phil? All right. What is the sheriff talking about here, man? He had an interview. The sheriff, Nanos. All right. Sheriff on Nancy Guthrie case gives update. No, he didn't. I don't consider this an update because, okay, so he's saying says investigators are definitely closer. Okay, cool. He spoke to NBC or the Today Show. I don't know who. But guess what? He hasn't spoken to the public. He needs to hold a press conference. That's a real update. Is he even obligated to say the truth if he's speaking to a private company like NBC? Maybe that's the loophole. I don't know. That Twitter account, he hasn't updated. They haven't updated that. They only talk about road closures. Right? Who agrees with me that granting a one-on-one private interview with NBC, Fox, or CNN is not addressing the public? Who agrees with me with that? Who agrees that going on a press conference or updating your Facebook at the very least or social medias that belong to you, that is addressing the public? Where everybody could watch. I don't have access to the NBC. In an interview with NBC News, Prima County Sheriff Chris Nanos shared an update on a car seen nearby the surveillance video, a backpack worn by the suspect, and more. Did he really? Did he? Because then like, what? Is he going to go on another network and contradict this? Just have one, dude. Imagine we get to the point where our government officials get to choose who they talk to and don't address the public directly. They go through outlets they like. And some of you all think this is okay. Even if he did at this point, I wouldn't believe him. Ann Rasmussen says, hey, Ann, I got to say, maybe, but you know what? Every time the sheriff has updated, I have actually retweeted his updates. And even though I'm not a fan, I said, respectfully, I said, thank you. I said, thank you for the update because it's an update. You know, he doesn't have to share like investigation details to tip off the perk. Matthew says, yeah, he's only going to places that get paid while those people complain about YouTubers getting paid. Perfect. Read what Matthew just said. They complain about places that get paid while giving corporate outlets, the ones that get paid way more than me and any of us, they complain about those guys. That dumb asshole was fucking complaining, not him, but some other dumb, you know what, was complaining because we get coffee donations. Does that pig understand that we're forced to pay her through taxes? When I visit Arizona, she gets paid for that shit. Here's another insult. When I get my so-called coffee money that she was complaining so much about, I use that to go to Arizona to bring coverage to you all. And I pay taxes on shit I buy there, and she gets paid through them. Not by my choice. But you know what? I see a lot of people that are pretty intelligent. Like, they're buying this. They're like happy. Oh, no, this is an update. This isn't an update. All he has to do is get up there and go, hey, look, my name is Sheriff whatever. All right? What do you guys think of this statement? My name is Sheriff whatever from Tucson. For 32 days or 31 days, we've been investigating the Nancy Guthrie disappearance case. There are many things we cannot share with you at this point because it compromises the investigation. And that's why we have been silent. And we apologize. But we also will assure you that in the future, when we win, when we break this case, when we find out who did it, we will be sharing the details with you all. And everything will make sense. Why there has been a lack of press conferences, why there's been a lack of details. What I will say now as the sheriff is that you all are safe and not to worry. There's not a serial kidnapper out there. It's always smart to take precaution, but at this point, we think this is an isolated incident. Thanks for understanding. More coming soon. How's that, folks? Is that a good statement? Jackie, thanks for the coffee. Jackie, for you, Lewis, as I've said before, up yours, Alma. Up yours. I wasn't reading his I wasn't reading something he said. It was just me. Okay. By the way, hearts for Jackie for the donation. Alma is really, really mad. And Emily, thanks for that very generous donation on PayPal as well. Thank you so much, Emily. Always supporting the channel. Thank you. Hearts for you. That statement I just did, does it sound reasonable? I think it's a good one. Savannah, her sister Annie, and Annie's husband Tommaso were also seen March 2nd placing flowers and a card at the growing tribute outside their mother's home near Tucson, Arizona. The family continues to plead for help from anyone with information about her whereabouts and having offered a $1 million reward. It kind of seems like they don't want any more tips, folks, if you ask me. But not them, not Savannah, but the authorities. The handwritten message on the card, this is the card they placed on, I guess, the family, Savannah, Annie, and Tommaso. The one they placed, the card said, "Though we are surrounded by so much darkness and uncertainty, Our love burns bright. We love you, mommy. We miss you so much. Yeah, it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. Right? Emily, thank you. Yeah, the speech I just said was, I think it's good. And it's still going to piss off people. But you know what? That's your job, man. That's your job. And at the end of the day, you did the right thing. You addressed the people. If they didn't like it, too bad. But you did your part. Your statement shows you have more brains and empathy for the situation. Thank you, Anne. I think it's not even that. I just think it's common sense. It's just common sense. You get weird vibes from A&T. I gotta be honest. I don't. That's just my opinion. I don't. I think, man, seeing the sister Annie cry like that. There's no wrong way to act when you lose someone. I know people are like, "Oh, that was a weird way to do it." Come on, man. With all due respect to these people, right? They're saying, "Oh, you know who and them." They acted weird when they did the tribute right here. When they went to the tribute, really? I kind of feel like asking them, "Hey, when you lose a loved one, could you please post a video of how you mourn the situation so we could all learn about what's the right way, the unsuspicious way to act?" I think it's weird. There's no wrong or right way to you know. Has my brother broke fishing? Broke fishing's been around. Not all the time, Rick, but I have seen broke fishing. By the way, where are you guys watching from? Shout out in the comments here. We are just, updating on the Nancy Guthrie situation. If there's a few updates, mostly frustration. There's for some reason, there's a sense from some of the streamers that something big's going to happen soon, and we certainly hope so. I hope they're right. Okay, I hope they're right. We got this message from Brian Enton. I'll play it again if you just got here.
First of all, there were some people that showed up that seemed like they were maybe doing some work on the house, locksmiths. They were by the front door of the house. They were then at the back of the house. There's also these private searchers that have shown up with metal detectors going up and down the street outside Nancy's house. They said they were maybe looking for jewelry or a bracelet. So kind of interesting. They're still out here right now. The sheriff gave NBC News an interview. We've been asking for an interview, but he hasn't responded. But he did give NBC News an interview, said that he does not think it's a cold case, that he thinks they'll solve it. A lot of stuff he said previously. He said they're looking at hundreds of thousands of cars, which is kind of interesting.
When By the way, I just want to say that, I think everyone should be looked at as a suspect, especially when we don't know anything. But I don't mind. I don't like accusing people, but I'm good with being suspicious of people. Maybe this person, this, that, or I don't know. I'm good with everybody being looked at, especially in a case like this. Okay. When the sheriff says there's hundreds of thousands of cars he's looking at. Oh my God. That kind of Sheriff Nanos, I think I've been fair, man. But when you say there's hundreds of thousands of cars they're looking into.
He does not think it's a cold case, that he thinks they'll solve it. A lot of stuff he said previously. He said they're looking at hundreds of thousands of cars.
Hundreds of thousands of cars. hundreds of thousands of cars. Is it okay to assume hundreds of thousands is more than 200,000? Let me know in the chat real quick before I do this. Okay. Now, I'm asking artificial intelligence, they may be off. How many cars does Tucson have? Actually, how many car owners does Tucson, Arizona have? It's probably not accurate, but there's no public records of it. Okay. How many adult people does Tucson, Arizona have? What's up, Justin Snoopin? Okay. Yeah, it says Arizona has 7.6 million people estimated. But how many in Tucson? How many adults in Tucson? Just the number, dude. Okay, check this out, folks. Check this out. You want to hear the number? So I'll play this again.
Old case that he thinks they'll solve it. A lot of stuff he said previously. He said they're looking at hundreds of thousands of cars, which was kind of interesting when he was asked specifically about that new video from 2.5 miles.
They're looking at hundreds of thousands of cars. Now, in Tucson, people over 18 is about 441,000. That means half of them, at least. If they're looking at over 200,000 cars, or let's just say 200,000, that number is freaking weird. That means that half of the people in Tucson are suspect if they all drove. Now, how many of these people drive or own a car? When I say drive. Oh, okay. So, all right. They're looking at 100 of thousands of cars, and per what we talked about in the chat with you all, that's at least 200,000 cars, right? Then I looked into the population of adults in Arizona, and it said approximately 441,000 adults. Okay. About 85% of the adults in Tucson drive to work. That means 375,000. Is that right? No, it's 375,000 adults drive a car. So at the very least, this quote Brian Enton is saying, it's 200,000 cars at least. Let's say it's all people in Tucson. That means that more than 50% of the people in Tucson are suspects. So did you guys get what I just said?
New video from 2.5 miles away that came out last week. He said we're looking at that plus hundreds of thousands of other cars, which is a really big number.
Hundreds of thousands of other cars. All right. And then we said that could be 200,000 or more, because hundreds of thousands, plural. All right. Let's just say it's 200,000 cars they're looking at per an interview. Only 375,000 adults drive in Arizona. Now, my stats could be off, so you guys do your own research. That would mean that more than 50% of the people in Tucson. Yeah. Am I being clear? Do you guys get what I'm saying, or did I confuse you? Because person of interest. All right, all these people are person of interest. Sorry. Again, I misspeak. Everything I say is probably wrong. I don't know what I'm saying. They're looking into. All right. What? He's now barely calling it a crime. Oh. No, I'm good. I'm pretty clear, right? I'm trying to. All right. So when the sheriff said that, either that is, if it's fact, man, that is crazy. But I tend to think this interview is caca. Like, seriously. You know? That's what I'm saying. Look, I was about to say that. Thank you. Well, thank you for that. You're saying, what if the bad guy is not from Tucson? That's even more cars. I was about to say that, and that is a fact. That is a fact. That would make it. All right. She's been gone for. Let me just keep going though. All right. All right. She's been gone for 31 days. Let's say 200,000. I'm sorry to do this. I'm not even making fun of the thing. Divided by 31. What is that number? Let me know in the comments. All right. So doing the lowball number, if we're supposed to take this quote, that means that every day they saw 6,451 cars a day. "31 days to get 200,000 cars to look into." And okay, I'm just speaking out of my ass probably, man. Maybe it was a misquote here, but how many people do you need to look into 200,000 cars? It could be 200,000 cars here. Again, I'll play it again only because I don't believe it. What that is. What he said.
He said they're looking at hundreds of thousands of cars, which was kind of interesting when he was asked specifically about that new video from 2.5 miles away. that came out last week. He said we're looking at that plus hundreds of thousands of other cars.
What?
Action today.
Hundreds of thousands of other cars. Bro.
Said that he does not think it's a cold case, that he thinks they'll solve it. A lot of stuff he said previously. He said they're looking at hundreds of thousands of cars, which is kind of interesting when he was asked specifically about that new video from 2.5 miles away that came out last week. He said we're looking at that plus hundreds of thousands of other cars, which is a really big number. And with the backpack, remember the backpack that they said was bought up?
Hundreds of thousands of cars. I can't get over that number. There's a TMZ update, Team Rick. We'll check it out right now. TMZ. Well, I can't verify this, Team Rick. Team Rick. Was this right now? TMZ says there. What? Let's look. Let's look. I'm looking for updates, folks. I don't see any updates on TMZ. What's up, Amor? Well, where are you seeing that update about TMZ? Hundreds of thousands of cars. I don't know if I'm going to cover the mass shooting. YouTube's not, they're not sending notifications. So it's like, I gotta, you know, I gotta be careful how many times I go on. What?
So 5 days ago, he saw her in Mexico with the kidnappers, and that
Is this new?
obviously she was alive.
Right. That's certainly the way they're making it sound.
What time did this note come in today, and did it come in the same way the others?
I'm not going.
So 5 days ago, he saw her in Mexico with the kidnappers, and that obviously she was alive.
Right. That's certainly the way.
I don't even know what's going on. This guy did an interview too. I don't know, man. I didn't see the interview. All right, let's see what's going on here. Traffic in Arizona.
Benson. I don't know why it's named after Benson. Who the heck is Benson? Wherever Benson Highway is, somebody's name's Benson.
At the next light, take a sharp right.
All right, there's the sheriff's office, way over there. We're there.
There's the
We're
sheriff's
nice.
office. What's the weather like in Arizona, folks?
We got big traffic here. It's crazy. We're 0.4 miles away, but 5 minutes away because there's the sheriff's office.
0.4.
Right over there. That's the sheriff's office.
Yeah, let's get more likes. Need more than
But we're 5
125,
minutes away
folks.
from there because of this. Bottleneck. Everything is bottlenecked.
Everything's bottlenecked.
Everything's bottlenecked.
Beautiful 85 degrees. That's hot.
Yeah, people say traffic in Tucson in the rush hour is horrendous.
It is.
It's horrible. 4 miles. And now it says 4 minutes. Well, it says 4 minutes. Not bad. The light change here, sure.
Oh, we got some people from Arizona here. Nice. Swift Miss 4. That's JLR, yeah.
Trying to catch what else happens. But keep in mind, folks, when we're not streaming at night, we're on standby. Let's see it. 5 hours of sleep times 30 days. 30 and 5, 150 hours of sleep. That's it. 30 times 5. 150 hours of sleep in the last.
All those cars that we're looking at could be looked at. It was-
Average 5 hours a night. Easy. That's it. Sometimes 4. That's why we do a lot of Red Bull.
Ugh,
And I don't take Adderall.
the hell's Adderall? Anybody?
People said it's tomatoes. Nah, I don't see any road rage type drivers around here. I think everyone's cool. I haven't
No
heard, like,
major
mafia
updates.
is Crazy.
No
They're
more.
crazy on I-95. In
Well-
other states.
The sheriff.
Somebody said, Bridges said, go home. In big caps. Go home, JLR. Go home. Go home.
The sheriff kind of said, I guess, according to Brian
Tucson
Ensign, he
John.
said that he's looking into hundreds of thousands of cars. And we did the math. That's an astronomical amount of people. What do you mean you take Adderall? So
Stay.
what? I'm asking what it
Stay,
is. I
JLR,
don't know what it
stay.
is.
Staying alive.
What is
Dad's
it?
Going Live might come back. Interesting. Listen, when you're invested
Well, it's
in
for
this case,
ADHD?
you followed this case from day one. You want to know what's going to happen with this case. I can't let it go. Can't let it go. And I do think that this is getting close. Very, very close. We're going to be there when the action is. Whether we're 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, or right there in the action, we will be here in the mix.
Oh, you were talking about JLR? Who knows? If it's most drugs are prescribed, man.
Might not
They
be at
help
the scene
people.
when it all drops,
No
but we'll
problem.
get to the scene as soon as possible.
The problem is, I mean, people when they abuse stuff, you know, they hurt themselves.
Because whoever this perp is, they're going to have a massive crime scene.
At the
They're
light,
going to be
take a
putting
sharp
up,
right onto historic
It's an
US
upper?
80.
blocking this house and search warrants and everything like that. If the perp is from, this area, but if we have to expand out 2 hours or go to another city in Arizona, we'll zoom to the scene. That's what we're doing. If they say they arrest somebody, whether it's in Nogales, whether it's in Phoenix,
Yeah, everything in
Mesa,
moderation.
Gila Bend, Bisbee, Flagstaff, or even in another state.
Look, I have a saying, man. Most things are good in moderation. Do you agree? With the exception of cookies, chocolate chip cookies. Those you could have all day, all night. Millions. Hundreds of thousands of chocolate chip cookies you could have.
We could zoom to the other state. You know, if it's within 3 hours, we go. We will see. And I'll even speed a little bit. Full speed. So if the speed limit's 70, I'll go 79 to get there. But we will get there. We're all gonna see.
All right, as he gets near,
after the fact,
you can't have cookies. As he gets near the sheriff department.
I don't know. I have this
station.
itchy feeling that this thing's gonna end
you
up
guys
in
chat
Phoenix
in the chat room. What do you guys think is
in
going
the
on?
Phoenix area.
Also, last minute, if you guys want to send some last minute coffee donations, it'd be amazing. Because maybe I'll throw some chocolate chip cookies with it.
I don't think the perp is like literally just going to be in Tucson. A lot of these crazy wild cases, the perp is long distance somewhere else. Perp will probably be in Texas, people. I think Phoenix, though. I'm banking on Phoenix. Phoenix area. Phoenix metropolitan area. All right, we're at the wonderful sheriff's office. Back at the wonderful Pima County Sheriff's Office. Thank you, Pima County Sheriffs, for everything you do. All the deputies out there, the Pima County deputies, everybody, thank you for what you do.
Deputies are good.
Turn left into the parking lot.
We are critical of nanos, but I want nanos to solve this case. And I would be more than clear in happiness if Nanos here solves the case. And he's like, I told you guys, trust me. Prove us wrong, Nanos. Redeem yourself, sir.
That would be amazing.
I like. One of the SWAT trucks gone. One of the SWAT trucks.
Are they off?
Listen, there's usually all of them. One is missing. Slot empty. One of the breaking news. Pima County Sheriff's Office. All right, so let's turn this down a little bit. Now, let's talk. Yeah, people were like, hey, SWAT is out. Well, there is a SWAT out. Well, at least one. It's not the whole cavalry.
Yeah, but it doesn't have anything to do with the case.
All right, so I'm gonna make a pinned post. And I am going to say to all of you, email. And it will be tips.jlrinvestigates at gmail.com/Nancy Guthrie discussion. All right. So I want to hear from you. Thank you for staying. MK Ultra. Hey, MK Ultra 6415. I sent you an enhanced picture of the man with no backpack in the background. Top left, you can see a reflection of a headlight. A lot of people feel like there's a headlight behind the scene there. Look at the SWAT. One of them's away. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right there. It's pretty cool. I'm going to do something different. I want over here. I like this spot better. I like this spot. So I can turn it the other way so I can read the comments. Yeah, I like it like this. There you go. Yeah, that's better. I want to read the comments. Yeah, I can read the comments this way. Look at that bomb squad. Bomb squad.
All right, folks, we're going to give you a minute in the chat. Speak your mind. They're going to get going.
County's bomb squad.
Give you a minute. What's on your mind?
Somebody's here. All right. Let's see what's going on. Oh, I got the first aid kit here to hold the phone up. All right, I'm checking the email. You want to talk? I want to talk. Lavender says, I want to talk. All right, Lavender. Lavender's the first one up. Let's listen to Lavender.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you.
Well, hello there.
Hey, Taylor.
Hi, Lavender.
I'm so glad you called.
All right, folks, stay tuned for more updates. We'll talk to you later. Nerd out.
Hi.